Welcome back to another edition of Coach's Corner brought to you by Fats Cafe. I'm your host, Katelyn Grisillo, and joining me today from the men's baseball team is Coach Thomas. Thank you for joining us today, Coach.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
First of all, congratulations on your team's 6-1 start. What are your thoughts on such a fast start?
Well, obviously I'd rather be 7-0, but 6-1's not bad.
Yes, sir.
I think, I said at the beginning of the year it's going to be a work in progress because we have so many new players.
Right.
And going into the Peach Belt Conference, so many new guys, they don't know what to expect. So it's still a work in progress. I mean, after 7 games, we are 6-1, and man, I see a lot of things we got to get better at. I also see a lot of things that we're better than I thought we were. Right. And so those are positives, but it is a work in progress. So I told the guys after the win Saturday night against Armstrong, I said, look, let's don't celebrate anything. Enjoy this, but don't celebrate because it's a long way to go, and we have a lot of things still we have to fix, and we got to get better at. But we're happy to be 6-1. I'll say that.
And sweeping Armstrong, as you mentioned, how did that feel for your team, and what are some areas that stuck out that made that happen, you think?
Well, it really felt good because last year we went down there and just gave 3 games away. I mean, there was one play in each game, believe it or not, that cost us each game. And there was some things down there that we just didn't do very well, some situations that we didn't handle very well. So, I knew they could really pitch, Armstrong could pitch, and we were going to have to, try to really hold the score down. But the way it turned out, there was a lot of runs scored. Mm-hmm. So you never know how those things are going to work out. But, I thought we played pretty well. Our base running wasn't very good. We made some terrible base running mistakes over the weekend. But defensively, at times we didn't play well. We pitched pretty well most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time. But the one thing that I'm so excited about is that we overcame those bad things. We didn't let those bad things open a barn door and let all the cows out. We kept battling, and so I'm really pleased with that with this team.
That's all you can ask for as a coach.
That's exactly right. Our game is so mental. Little things can change the whole aspect of the game. So, and in baseball, bad things are going to happen. There's nothing you can do about it. Bad hops are going to happen. Bad calls. You're going to get crazy things happen to you, and you got to adjust to whatever. So that's what we're trying to learn. And I thought this weekend we did a good job at that.
Yes, sir. And among your team's success thus far, who would you say has impressed you the most, both pitching and position play?
Well, of course, old Yobi pitched really good on Saturday. He was facing I think their number one guy, Phillips at Armstrong. He's pretty good, and I knew going into the last game they were in the survival mode because we'd beat them twice. We're in the mode over here trying to sweep somebody in the conference, which is really, really tough to do.
Definitely.
And I knew they had Phillips going out there, and wow, we better hold the score down because he's pretty good. And Yobi just matched him, and so that was really good. I think we've had a lot of pitchers throw well. Cole Lee has come in 80% of the games and pitched already. So he's been short stints, but that's the way we want to use him. Short stints, a lot of games. So I thought, we've had several guys that's done pretty good. Nobody's outstanding, but pretty good, and all of them can get better. Offensively, Max Showens had a couple of good games. Brian Pierre's had a couple of good games. Chaz Powell's had a couple of good games. It goes back to what I said at the beginning of the year. We're balanced.
Right.
We don't have 4 or 5 guys that are here and 4 or 5 that are here. They're balanced, and that's what we're looking for. So it's been a mixture. It really has. It's been a real mixture of who's played well at times. Nobody's played bad. But everybody can play better, and some have played good at times, better at times, and not so good at times. So again, it's a work in progress.
Seems like you're in a pretty good position, though. Better than having one stud or some people lagging behind.
Balance is better.
Definitely.
Balance is better because it's you see some teams, and I've had teams like this before that 1 through 5 in the batting order are pretty good, and all of a sudden it drops way off, and ours doesn't do that, and so that's a good thing. That's a real good thing.
Good. Okay, now looking ahead, you have Wingate this Wednesday and Lander for the weekend, another big conference game. What are your expectations for this?
Woo, Lordy, it's a big week. I told them Saturday night after the game, I said, guys, I'm throwing it right back at you. We got Wingate Wednesday at 4 o'clock, and they were in the NCAA tournament last year, very good team. We hadn't played Wingate in about 14 years. I played them my first couple of years here,
Oh, wow.
and we hadn't played them since. So
Why is that?
it just hasn't, they've got a new coach now that's willing to start a series, home and home series with us starting next year. So we fit in one game this year. And, I don't know, this is the way it goes sometimes. It just doesn't play. But I'm glad that we're starting to play them because it's a regional game and they're not too far away. It's really a good game for us, but it's going to be tough for us to play them on Wednesday. And then turn around, we got Lander Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now, Lander swept last weekend, too, against Flagler. So they're 3-0 in the conference just like we are. So there was only 2 conference series last weekend, us and Armstrong and Lander and Flagler, and we swept and so did Lander. So hard to believe that we're in the 3rd weekend of February and the 2 teams in first place are going to have to play each other this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So, man, it's going to be tough.
It's exciting matchup, though.
Yep.
Now, will that Wingate game be home or away?
It's at home. We play at 4 o'clock Wednesday here, and then Friday's 4 o'clock against Lander, and Saturday and Sunday are 2 o'clock against Lander.
Now, do you think playing at home serves as a big advantage for your guys?
Well, it's obviously better than playing on the road,
Right.
but some teams are better at home than they are on the road, and that's the way we were last year. But next weekend, we got to go on the road and go to Georgia College, and this is something that we've really discussed as a team, that our road record last year wasn't very good, and we have to get better on the road. And in this conference, it's tough to play on the road. It's very, very tough to play on the road, and it's just a comfort zone for the home team. And so, but I got a week before I have to worry about that, But last year we went to Lander, and it was tough ball games, and I expect tough ones this weekend.
Well, we wish you the best of luck and definitely encourage all the student body to come out and support the team this Wednesday.
Thank you.
Good luck, Coach. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
That wraps up another edition of Coach's Corner, brought to you by Fats Cafe with Coach Thomas. I'm your host, Katelyn Grisillo. Thank you for watching.